じゃあ映像お願いします。
はい、お願いします。
Okay. I mean, they went right into it, huh? Who is it gonna be? Man, this is still like a bit quiet, huh? Good old Evo stream. Leroy? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That was one of them I was thinking was Leroy.
Time to take out the trash.
Yeah. That, I mean, this makes sense, right? This makes sense. I was thinking like Leroy, Brian, Steve, one of them, right? Someone that like looks cool and everyone pretty much likes. Leroy everyone likes, it's just, you know, how his balance, right? That's what ruined him, but everyone thinks Leroy's cool. This is Kane coming back. Damn. Wow. Yeah, he definitely has more. I'm gonna have to like break this down more, his Wing Chun techniques, but he has more.
Show me what you got.
Damn. Okay, he looks sick. Yeah, there it is. Okay, standard stuff. More of the chain punches. Boop. Oh, wow. And then the 1-1. Nice parry. Wow, that cane has a lot more flair on it now as well. Of course, back 1+2. That's sick. Wow, that's really cool. Okay. Okay, all right, that was pretty sick. It's cool seeing all, cause like, as you guys probably know, I know Wing Chun at least a bit, so seeing how they've expanded on that is pretty cool as well. Seeing the chain punches going into beam plus unblock and stuff is neat. So far, it's nothing too surprising, right? I feel like Leroy was a pretty obvious one to be revealed here. Like, I was expecting someone obvious and then someone that's a surprise. Leroy's the obvious one, so now I'm wondering if they're gonna show someone else. The cool and interesting character is done. The character with the best design is done. Sorry, that's going to change every time I see a new character. Now we gotta get to boring old Leroy. Dude, it's crazy that Asuka makes Leroy look boring as hell by comparison. Asuka just blows Leroy out of the water. Jesus Christ. Okay, Leroy trailer. How many times have I said that at this point? God, I just don't care about this character. I'm sorry. Shit, I shouldn't be saying that if I'm putting this on YouTube. Nah, this character is sick. Nah, this character is so cool. Oh, God. I mean, he is. He is. All jokes aside, he is.
Get ready for the next battle.
Yeah, he's still got the, he's still got, like, the Wong sort of outfit as well. But that's been put more on Shao. Like I said before, that Shao has a very clear, like, Wong-inspired shirt on. I mean, even the little details like the clouds and the coloring of stuff are the same as Wong. It's just more personalized to Shao. Leroy has like something that's definitely reminiscent, but not inspired, right? And that makes sense because Shao obviously has a direct connection to Wong. Leroy, it's kind of implied based on his backstory in Tekken 7, but it's definitely a lot less, it looks a lot less like Wong. Like if you had shown me this in the Tekken 7 trailer, I wouldn't guess Wong like I did with the Tekken 7 trailer when they teased him and he looked exactly like Wong, and it pissed me off. It literally says Grandmaster of Drip. Oh my God, it does. Wait, what did let me read what it says in Japanese. I just want to know if it says the same thing in Japanese. Hold on. Here we go. Seth trying to understand Japanese. Oh boy. Okay, so I can tell you that this says Grandmaster and this obviously does not say Drip. Yeah, that's good old Tekken localization. Here Seth goes again, trying to translate Japanese to English because he's just stupid. Okay, so it means like Grandmaster of... So it says Grandmaster of one body, offense, and defense. It says Kobo Ichidai no Grandmaster. That's what it says. And they localize that to Grandmaster of Drip. I'm sorry, but this is cooler than Grandmaster of Drip. I'm sorry, it just is.
Tekken 8. New challenger. Leroy
Smith. Yeah, that was weak. Okay, so what does he have new here? What's the Wing Chun stuff that he's doing that I can, like, talk about? The thing is, with Leroy Smith, a lot of these kicks are very, like, not Wing Chun and just stylized. Like, this is something that you'd see more in, like, Taekwondo. I don't think you'd see something like that in Wing Chun. And then he has... This wasn't an armor move in Tekken 7, right? Because he just had the one where it's, like, the Lopsal, right? The down forward 1+2. It's weird that that is an armor move. Yeah, and then the typical parry. And then he can do a hell sweep out of his hermit stance now. And he can go into hermit stance off of that low. That's really strong. His cane now has a low too. I wonder if that's still once per match. And then elbow. Yeah, so I mean, a lot of this stuff is the same, right? I like that they incorporate more dragon staff techniques into here, though. It's really cool. And just a really simple punch. What is he doing here? Bot. And then punch. Oh, I see. So what he's doing here with his hands, I think I'm the only one here that gives a shit. But what he's doing here with his hands is he's basically doing a high block and a mid block. This is a pretty standard thing that you do in Wing Chun. But this is just so, if I'm remembering correctly, this is so like if he misses, if the opponent like catches his leg or parries him or something, he still has a defense up if like they also parry the attack and then strike at the same time, right? I think that's the idea. So this is fucked up. So he does this. She ducks under it. She tries punishing. It has a punch parry in it, and then he does what I think is a bong sao, and then just hits. No, that was a. Ah, fuck. I've forgotten the names of a lot of these. It's been too long. This is a different one though, where you do like this with your arm. So there's one where you push it away with your hand. There's one where you grab it, and then there's one where you move away with your arm. This is the one where he moves away with his arm, and I don't remember what that's called. But anyway, that's a new one. It's fucked up. And he gets a full wall combo from it as well.
This revealed the fighter. Show me what you got.
That's cool. But yeah, that's pretty standard. I mean, there was one new move in there, but so what they had before, this was down back 2, right? So we had down back 2, what, the high, and then he had the mid that became -10, right? That's new, I think. No, it is new. I think that he's had a mid before, though. So I don't think that's that big of a deal. So this is a high homing move that launches on counter hit. Jesus Christ. Oh, no, it doesn't launch. It puts Leroy at +14, it looks like, or it puts him in a mix-up situation. It's one of the two. Considering how Law is in a crouching state here and then stands up when he does the forward 1+2, I'm guessing it just puts him in a really disadvantageous situation. Yeah, man, this being a heat move, his down forward 1+2 as well, it is really strong because this is a parry as well because he lopsows. That's what this hand is doing. That when he does this, that's a lopsow. I think he does a lopsow. I think that's the animation when this punch parries. But yeah, so like if Leroy is in heat and the fact that this can heat dash, if he gets a read on you and does this, then that's scary. Oh wait, no, this is an arm move, right? This doesn't even have an animation. Oh, but it's not an arm move now, so it probably is a punch parry now, which would make sense. That's kind of what I said in Tekken 7, as that it's weird that he's doing a lopsal, but it's an arm move instead of having a punch parry animation. So it probably is a parry now. See, my Wing Chun knowledge is coming a little bit in handy, right? I can tell you that that's going to be a punch parry because of the animation. See, that's something that your normal reactor wouldn't tell you. That's why I'm the best reactor. Yeah, this is cool as well because doing the chain punches into that would hurt. Even if you block it. Makes sense. And then yeah, the 10 frame counter hit. And then yeah, that's a lopsal. Yeah, see, he parries, punches, heat dash. Yeah, so that's 2 moves then, right? Unless this was the down forward 1+2, which I don't think it was. That's 2 moves he has then that punch parries that go in the heat dash. So just doing anything against Leroy is going to be a bitch and a half. I can't tell what this animation is. Yeah, that's a different animation. I think this is he has a similar move to this in Tekken 7, but I think this is different. It looks like a different animation, but it's hard to tell. Yeah, this is the old Kane. And then back 1+2. I like how Law here is on the ground. And then just all of a sudden, oh, I get it. Because the camera is like first person with Law and he's getting up and he's staggered. And then, yeah, okay, I get it. Sorry, I'll watch the Rage Art again. I'm sorry, I skipped through it. I'm sorry. This is an Ip Man reference, right? That's sick. Yeah, that is an Ip Man reference. Yeah. It is an Ip Man reference. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, all right. Well, it took us like an hour and a half to get through that because of body pillows and brass knuckles and Karen throws. But we finally got through it. Miguel will have the best Rage Art. To me, Asuka's Rage Art is going to be the best one. No, Yoshimitsu is going to have the best Rage Art. Mark my words. We should have a tier list. Who's going to have the best and worst Rage Arts? Rage Art's the best so far. I'm not sorry, it's the dragon for me. Well, there's a double meaning to it as well, because there are 2 weapons that you can use in Wing Chun. One is the butterfly swords, which is what I learned to use. I actually have a pair of butterfly swords downstairs. But the other is the dragon staff. That's what it's called. And so, one, obviously the butterfly swords are supposed to be more for offense and I want to say inflicting harm to people. But you know, they're swords, right? And the other one is a staff. So it's supposed to be more of like a defensive thing. It's supposed to be more of like a like something that you use to like protect yourself or people or whatever. And that's what Leroy uses. Leroy's Kane, the techniques that he's using are dragon staff techniques in Wing Chun. So that's why the dragon comes out in his Rage Art in Tekken 7 and in Tekken 8 is because he's specialized in using the dragon staff. Whereas if he had the swords, then the end of his Rage Art would probably be a butterfly because butterfly swords. Sorry, I just think it's a cool reference, okay? That I don't think anyone else gets. Because who else knows Wing Chun except for me? Anyway, where's Leroy in the dead characters list? There he is. Okay, so Leroy, I'm biased on Leroy because on one hand, I think he looks really cool. The problem is, if Leroy wasn't in Tekken 7, he would be here. 100%. I mean, that's how he was in Tekken 7. In Tekken 8, he just looks cooler. But, at the same time, he just looks like Leroy. Like, a lot of these other characters up here, like Xiao, Jun, Jin, Laws, Jack, these 5 characters, right, that I have up here are really cool because, like, they look the same, but they also look really different. They look like they're really unique. They look like they're fun to play. They look like they have a lot more options. Leroy, it just feels like it's just Leroy, but he does mix-ups like Leroy, and he parries more. Like, unlike Asuka, who has all these very unique, like, defensive situational tools that make us so sick, Leroy is just, like, he parries, you know? 2 of his heat dashes that we saw, heat engages or whatever, are just some form of parry. And then he goes into hermit stance and then, like, does house sweep or whatever. I mean, maybe house sweep is only in hermit stance now, which would definitely be better. But, like, a lot of the problem I had with Leroy is that he doesn't have many attack parries, right? A lot of it is just, like, just do the generic parry. And he doesn't seem like he's that much different. Like, what I wanted with Leroy was specifically like a left punch parry that gave you big reward, or a right punch parry like Josie's, right? That gave you big reward, or a left kick parry or right kick parry, stuff like that. And it just seems like it's the same generic, like, hit a button, it has a built-in parry, a built-in sabaki, or whatever. And he doesn't really look like he's new or anything special, but he still looks cool. I want to put him in but I'm going to put him in I'm interested, simply because if he doesn't play the way that I said, with just a bunch of built-in punch parries, and it's more or less the same thing as Leroy in Tekken 7, and there's more nuance to him, then okay. But if not, then So, like, this is subject to change. Like, basically, I want to be wrong, and if I'm wrong, he's here, but based on what I saw in the trailer, he's here. That's it. I'm leaving him in And also, I'm very biased because of Asuka. Okay, well, that took us forever to get through, but Jesus. This stream has really gone off the rails today, huh? More so than usual. All we had was 2 character trailers, and it took me over an hour and a half to get through Leroy's because of the tangents that we went on.